You have probably seen the videos where people share their tips to be more stylish, but in this economy, I need free tips like yesterday. I wanted to share 100% free habits and simple shifts that you can incorporate into your everyday life to be a more intentional consumer and stylish person. Don't worry, I am not about to tell you to clean and organize your closet or accessorize more, both of which are valid, but these habits are meant to pull you away from the material aspect of fashion and a little bit more into psychological mindset shifts that we can do to help us feel more confident in the clothes that we wear. Again, all of these habits are 100% free. You can literally start them after this video. No shipping fees required. Let's jump right into it. In order to dress more according to your style, you have to actually know your style. And this cannot be done without intentional reflection and or introspection. I think that this is where so many of us fall short. We are so active in curating our aesthetic and inspiration and buying clothing and too passive in actually reflecting on what works for us and what doesn't and why. Dressing for your mood is talked about a lot, and I personally don't resonate with it much just because for the most part, I dress for the weather or for comfort. I do think that there's some merit in tracking how your outfit makes you feel. Engaging in a conversation with your outfit is going to help make you a little bit more of a stylish person. So what do I mean by that? Instead of just removing a piece of clothing that you ended up hating, try to sit with it for a moment and ask yourself why you don't like that piece of clothing. You can do a short exercise where you just ask yourself a few questions like, what are some of your favorite pieces and why do you always gravitate towards them? And on the opposite side of the spectrum, what do you never grab in your closet and why? And why haven't you gotten rid of it? You can try to challenge yourself and ask yourself, what is everyone loving right now that I just cannot get behind? What does everyone hate right now that I absolutely love and just feels so personal to me? One really cool way that I've seen people curating their style and really getting to know their style is digitally cataloging their outfits. You can also just take photos whenever you like your outfit and make an album of all your favorite outfits. But overall, just taking a moment to pause and figure out what is and isn't working for you in your closet and why can really help you determine several things, like whether it's even worth keeping, whether you should stray away from those types of pieces in the future. And it's not meant to limit yourself. It's just a way to get to know what you do and don't like. So maybe at first you don't think you like floral patterns, but it turns out you like certain kinds of floral. Maybe you think you don't like regular stripes, but you like pinstripe. In the year of personal style, we all want to find our personal style without doing any sort of personal work. If you just pause and take some time to analyze your fashion experience, you will feel so much more confident in your personal style. Next tip is nothing revolutionary, and you've probably done it in middle school and in high school, and it is to plan more of your outfits. Even if you are a mood dresser or if you like to choose your outfits a little bit more spontaneously, try planning at least 2 to 3 outfits or outfit formulas a week, especially if you have school or work, somewhere exciting to get dressed up for. I think doing this is going to help not only save time and prevent that feeling of rushing to pick out an outfit, which can then exasperate the thought that you have nothing to wear, but it's just going to help get you into the flow of dressing more confidently. Like when you pick up that clothing piece, you feel confident wearing it because you know that you planned it, instead of just settling for the only shirt that's unwrinkled in your closet. If you have a curated closet with a lot of clothing pieces, I promise you, you do have things to wear. You probably just need a little bit more time to think about the outfit. Now, let's say you really don't think you can get into the habit of planning your outfits. I totally get it, valid. I would suggest instead trying to think of 2 to 3 outfit formulas that fit your lifestyle. And you can take it a step further by categorizing them for specific events. So maybe you come up with 2 outfit formulas for school, 2 outfit formulas for work, which might be different from your outfit formula for a date night or Sunday brunch with friends. So then you always have something to reference. And sometimes when your brain just doesn't have the capacity to think of what you want to wear that day, you know that wearing a long maxi skirt, a tank top, and flip-flops is your go-to formula for a Sunday brunch. You'll just feel a lot more confident putting it on. Over time, it'll lead to you having more stylish and cohesive looks instead of last-minute chaos looks. And a bonus tip is to also curate your everyday, easy-to-wear, comfortable accessory pieces too, so that you can just grab them on the go and not have to think too much about it. Now, just writing piggybacking off of one of the points I made a few minutes ago, and that is to try and iron your clothing. Laundry is one of my most hated chores, so I understand the dread that you might experience when I tell you to iron your clothes, but I promise you guys, ironing it or steaming it is going to make all the difference in giving you those crisp, clean lines that you are probably looking for in your outfits that might be a little bit wrinkled. Sometimes you throw on an outfit and it just looks frumpy and messy and you don't know why. It might be because it needs to be steamed. I do use a steamer instead of an iron, and I think it works a lot faster. It seems so obvious, but I think that many of us choose to skip it, including myself. But dedicating a few minutes to give your clothing some TLC can really make all the difference in allowing that piece to fully shine. When I was making this list, I really wanted to include a tip or an exercise that you can do if you want to expand your style and challenge yourself. And I sort of had a light bulb moment where I was like, if I wanted to do that in any aspect of my personal life, typically what I would do is set goals. Duh. Usually having a clear understanding of what goals you have can prevent you from getting stuck in a cycle. And I think that we can apply this to fashion as well. We can practice it by setting a monthly or a weekly fashion goal, encouraging yourself to maybe step out of your comfort zone just a little bit. It's a really simple way to keep things exciting and fun, whether it's to play around with more layering. Maybe you never wear pink. Try it out. What are you so scared of? I never wear pink, actually. I should take that tip. And who knows, you might look really good in pink. Maybe it's just wearing a piece in your closet that has been sitting there for a little bit too long. Setting these small goals can really help to optimize your closet. It keeps things fresh and intentional, and it prevents you from wearing the same outfits on autopilot. In the year of personal style, I think many of us are starting to shift away from relying on influencers for style inspo, and I wholeheartedly agree with this advice. Many fashion influencers are not getting dressed for everyday life. They are getting dressed to showcase their cute outfits to you on Instagram. You'd be surprised how cute an outfit can look online and how absolutely non-functional and uncomfortable it can be when you actually put it on. Instead, I'd encourage you to clap your hands, go back to 2007, and think about the ways in which you used to get fashion inspo as a kid or a teenager. Was it magazines? Was it TV shows? Shout out Hannah Montana and these outfits that I used to love trying to replicate. I actually think that celebrities in their everyday outfits is a really good source of fashion inspo, just because for the most part, celebrities have worked with a personal stylist and have mastered looking chic and comfortable and innovative at times. But yeah, there are so many ways that you can gain fashion inspo without having to source influencers. I've been seeing older people mentioned as a reference, which I think is fantastic. Most of the time they have had decades to figure out what they love and what they don't love. Older people have such an established personal sense of style that I think all of us can really learn from. The other day I was at a barbecue and my boyfriend's aunt was wearing this outfit, and I did not hold back in admiring it, even if it isn't particularly my style. And I'm not saying that you have to give up Pinterest, but if you do want to use Pinterest, one tip I have is to try to be more intentional in how you're curating your inspo. Try to shift to looking up or searching how to style insert clothing piece that you actually own versus just generally looking and pinning outfits. Like if you recently bought a plaid shirt, I don't know why that's my example, a plaid shirt, and you don't know how you want to style it, plaid shirt outfits, try doing that instead. And I know that we are already doing this, right? But try doing it more. Instead of searching terms like fall outfits, focus on what you already have. Try to niche down to those specific pieces and find outfits that can help you style those pieces. Sometimes all we need is to get excited about a piece that we already have and not excited about buying something new. Another tip for when you are browsing Pinterest, challenge yourself to not copy the entire outfit. Ask yourself what elements you like most about the outfit. You can remove your rose-colored glasses and try to figure out if any aspect of the outfit you don't love. For me, I always have to ask myself, is it gonna look the same on my body type? And if not, am I okay with that? A really advanced tip is to rate aspects of the outfit that you do like and you don't like. So maybe the silhouette of the outfit is a 10/10, but maybe the color of the top is a 6 out of 10. But if you just reflect on it a bit more, the flaws start to really come out. Sometimes in doing this, you might even realize it's not a fit. She's just hot and skinny. So next tip is a little obvious, so we're gonna rapid fire through it, but don't sleep on experimenting with silhouettes. I think for the most part, many of us tend to stick to one or two silhouettes that we really like without properly allowing ourselves to experiment a bit more, then sometimes our outfits or our overall style just starts to feel one-dimensional. For example, maybe you have a trench coat that you wear all the time, but you never wrap the tie around the waist. I would suggest wrapping the tie around the waist. Revolutionary, right? Like, actually though, maybe you have a pair of tall riding boots that you love wearing all the time, but have you ever tried tucking in some loose white linen pants? You know what I mean? Just try it out. Such a small way that you can optimize what you already have. Sometimes your outfits might end up looking a little bit more fashion forward than you might think. And of course, obviously, you will learn what shapes you love, what shapes you don't love. My next tip for you, one that you have heard before, but I am just here to remind you, stop waiting to wear your good clothes. You have free will, and you're probably not exercising it enough fashion-wise. Now we're gonna get deep here for a second. If you do this, I would encourage you to reflect on it for just a moment and ask yourself if it has ever actually been worth it. You buy a dress. You're like, oh, this would look really cute next Sunday at brunch, but I bought it for Martha's divorce party. Then you wear it to Martha's divorce party, but are you really thinking to yourself like, wow, that was really worth it? Did the moment really hit that much harder because you waited to wear your outfit? Probably not, you know? Nobody in that room cares that it's your first time wearing that outfit. Did the feeling of waiting really bring you that much more joy? In fact, I would go as far to say that I've had the opposite experience in which I buy an outfit for an occasion that I hyped up in my head and it ends up being underwhelming, and I'm secretly thinking, I waited for that and nobody even complimented my outfit. All you are doing is postponing the joy that you could have if you just chose to wear it now. And I would even go as far to say that wearing the outfit can create a ripple effect, like placebo almost, allowing us to deem a moment as special. Like maybe you have a self-care day out, and when you wear that outfit, it really makes the self-care day feel all the more better. You are allowing yourself to absorb the joy that comes with it instead of just deciding beforehand that it's not worth it, it's not that special. All right, I'm done being Oprah. The next 3 pieces of advice I'm gonna group into one, and the category is I'm kind of scared to even mention these because I don't wanna come off as one of these people who are like obsessed with etiquette. I eat with my elbows on the table, so. But this is gonna make your outfit look better than this, all right?
So we don't slump like this.
Which I am so guilty of, you guys. I have a long torso, like I have an abnormally long torso. Thank God I have many years in the yoga world, so I'm quite aware of my lower spine, and in trying to keep my posture up, it is a little bit more challenging for me than the average person with a short torso, I'd like to say. But if you want to slouch, then slouch. I'm not here to police your posture, but we cannot lie to ourselves and say that posture does not enhance a piece of clothing or your outfit. And your confidence too. So being a little bit more mindful of your posture, I think, is like a really simple habit that can make you look better in outfits and make you look more confident and move through the world a little bit more confidently. So it just makes everything hang a little bit better, enhances your silhouette. Slouching can make even the best outfits fall flat. That's not to say you won't see me like this every now and then, but I want to talk about hair for a minute. Now, don't fast forward just yet because I get it. A lot of people have been discussing the importance of making an effort with hairstyles to enhance your outfit. Like hair and makeup, I think we've all been realizing it's part of the fit, especially if you love your fit, you don't have your hair and makeup done and you're looking in the mirror and you're like, I don't like my fit. Definitely try just doing a little bit of your makeup and your hair, and I think it will change how you feel in it. But I'm not here to tell you to necessarily go that far where you have to do a hairstyle. I want this list to be like depression friendly, to be honest, because I struggle a lot with depression. Like one tip that I have is to try and always have your nails done, but I'm hesitant to say that one. I don't mean like color. I just mean make the effort to file them, do your cuticles, and not have chipped nail polish on your toes if you're gonna have your toes showing. I always do that. But as someone with depression, I know how hard that can be. Like we are teetering on the edge of self-care and it can get hard. So I'll splash the tip in there. Like if you're gonna wear flip-flops, don't do what I do and take the nail polish chip off of your toenails. If you don't like doing your nails, or if you struggle with it, or if you feel like you don't have the time, I think just like 5 minutes of nipping your cuticles and filing your nails can make a really big difference. Like clean nails just make a big difference. And 2 weeks ago, I had really bad anxiety and I chewed down 2 of my nails. I left them alone for 3 days. And as soon as they started to like grow back into a decent length again, I filed them immediately because they looked janky. Even when they looked janky, I still tried to put in just a little bit of self-care, just a little bit. I was like, I love you. Let's go back to the hair. Sometimes all you need to do is put a little bit of oil in your hair, a little bit of hairspray. Sometimes all you need to do is like curl the front 2-3 pieces. You get what I mean? Messy hair, I think definitely has a time and place, but sometimes it can cheapen an outfit and doing your hair can definitely elevate it. Quick blurb on the face, in case you needed the reminder like myself that grooming and fashion can go really well together hand in hand. You can have the cutest, sleekest, chicest outfit, but if you are not making just a little bit of effort to put into yourself, you might not feel that confident in the outfit. It has nothing to do with looks and more just about how you might feel in the fit. Your outfit just might feel like it's not performing at its best. As I am not implying that you need a full face of makeup. And I won't even say clean either, because I know we all hate the clean girl aesthetic and I get it. And I also love like a bushy brow. So just find whatever sort of grooming makes you feel the most confident. For me, I know that if I don't put on a lip tint, I will look like a child in the medieval times dying of polio. I feel really unconfident when my lips are pasty and pale. So I usually always have a lip tint on. I do curl my eyelashes and I brush my eyebrows up because those 2 small things make the biggest difference for me. Maybe your eyebrows are already fire and you don't have to brush them. Maybe you like enhancing your freckles. Maybe you really love bronzer. Maybe you really love blush. I think many of us are well groomed, obviously, but we can just forget to take those extra steps when we are rushing or when we've spent a little bit too long picking out an outfit. Sometimes we just forget that those intentional small little steps can really make all the difference. I'm not saying this has to be an everyday, every single time practice. It's mainly for those times when the fit is good, you're looking in the mirror and you're like, what's missing? If you haven't done anything to your hair and your makeup, if you're not the type like me, for so long, I was not the type to do my hair and apply heat to it. Sometimes I would even do my makeup, but I wouldn't really like curl my eyelashes or I wouldn't do my brows and the makeup would not look that great. So sometimes you just have to tweak things around and figure out what works for you. A little bonus tip and words of wisdom, something that I have been trying to do recently is to wait until something goes out of style before you buy it. I think this is gonna help so many of us determine whether we just have rose-colored Pinterest goggles on or if we really like a piece. I did this with the Uggs and I'm so glad I did because I ended up not buying them. Wait until H&M and Zara have come out with the exact same pattern and the exact same mold and that outfit and see if you still like it. I bet you won't. I'll end it there. If you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. I love hearing from you guys. So if you have any tips that have been helping you recently or any habits, any ways that you've been trying to slow down in regards to your fashion, drop them in the comments because I want to hear your tips. If you liked the video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment, and I will see you guys next time.